Can y'all hear us now? No, that was there, wasn't it? Test, test, test. Can y'all hear us now? Drop a one in the chat.
Testing 1 2. Can you guys hear us?
I said not hearing a thing, guys. Lord. Listen, when I tell y'all I'm literally doing my very best.
Oh,
it's
you guys can't hear us? I'm
it's
seeing some
feeling like
yeses.
it's
Sounds
not good
good.
enough.
Thank God.
Wait, some people saying they can't though. I'm confused. You can hear Erica. You can't hear Allie?
You can't hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Oh my dear.
Let us know if you can hear Allie. Let us know.
Please and thank you. Child. You
Can
can
you
hear?
guys hear the both of us? Okay, they said we
Okay, we
okay.
back. Okay. Hey y'all. Welcome,
We
welcome,
back.
welcome in to another episode of Tyler Perry's Sistas live after show. Our sisters keeper with your good sis you love to talk TV with and
Your girl Allie Mick giving it to you when I give it to you, but always in the nick of time.
always in the nick of time. Every last time it's gonna be in the nick of time. Okay. Y'all, we
Every
wasn't really
last
talking
time.
about anything as it pertains to this. I just said, how y'all doing? And then it just made me go to a place of like, yo, I really miss Wendy Williams. And Allie was making a statement about that before we realized there was no sound.
Yes, that's all it was.
Yeah. But I do want to know how y'all doing. I do want to wish y'all happy holidays. I do, I hope all is well on your end so y'all can drop in the chat before we say what our ratings are for the episodes. Let us know how you feeling, how's your heart posture, what you got on your mind. Drop anything in the chats. It's that time of year. There's a lot of things going
Mm.
on. Let's do a little shout outs before we get into what we need to get into and then get out of here. Hey Sheldy. Hey Shell Jones. Welcome back to the membership, boo. I appreciate you. Hey Kelly Hester Jones. Hey Vaughn, our lovely moderator. Hey honey, how are you? Welcome in. And Cheryl D, Demetria, Finn. Oh, Finn is new. Hey boo. Janelle, Perspective Plans. Hey honey, I seen you in the comment section. I dropped a bunch of videos, y'all, in the last couple of days. I have been trying my best to
You
get to a
did.
super productive place, but it's so much going on in my life right now. I'm just like, Erica, Erica, please. But Perspective Plans, I just saw some comments from you, so I appreciate you, boo. Y'all, please come into the comment section. Like, let's keep the conversations going in between videos when the videos post. Hey Miriam, hey Tiff, hey Nikki, hey Miss AB, how are you, honey? Hey Barbara, hey Natalie, hey Tamb, hey Mel, Dominique, Jamira,
Do I need to
Trina.
lower my volume some? Because I heard someone say to raise your volume so it matches mine. Am I too loud? Do I need to turn it down?
Raise my volume. I can turn mine up some.
Yeah,
I be
someone
so
said.
worried about mine being
Oh,
too loud. So, is that better? Test, test, test. Is that
yeah,
better?
you sounded great to me. So I just want to make sure everybody
Is it better
that
for
everybody
y'all?
hear us.
Yeah, and I'm like still at the top shouting people out, so I can't even see that. So just let me know if they tell me it's better, Allie. Trying to make
Okay.
sure I get
Okay, they said.
everybody. Barbara, I be trying not to blow your ears out because y'all know I get the yelling and whatnot, so I turn my mic down. So that's my bad. Off the hook, off the 2000 hook. Hello, honey. Welcome in, Ahmad. How are you? I think that's pretty much everybody. Allie is a little loud. Okay, I can turn Allie down a little bit. Hold on. I got you. So Allie, just give them a little test for me.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
That should be a little bit more evened out. Um, Shall we love you too. Thank you. I'm so glad that you enjoy listening. Hey Siobhan. And
Yes,
thank
I love
y'all.
you guys too. I'm gonna need that love tonight because I'm about to be on one tonight.
Ah!
I'm gonna need the love tonight.
Allie, listen. Listen. Let's just get into it. They already started dropping the ratings. Demetri gave it a 3 or 4. I saw another one. I think Siobhan gave it a 4. Kelly Hester Jones gave it a 6. Drop y'all's ratings on a scale of 1 to 10. Which y'all rating the episode? Let's just go ahead and get to it, because while the episode was not, dare I say it, was not complete and utter hot garbage like we have been
Correct.
getting, because we have been getting hot garbage, we're not going to act like a 4 is not is a 10. We're not going to do that. We're quite literally not going to do that. And the way I even have notes this time, there's certain things that I have to speak to, and I'm so glad I have this opportunity to be able to have Allie here, because I'm gonna be able to say it, and I know in the moment that I say something, she gonna be able to take it, and I'm gonna be able to take it deeper. Because at this point, I just got this visceral anger about some shit, and Allie gonna help me flesh it out. Where you want to start?
Yes, I am. Girl, it don't even matter. It don't even. I got heat for almost everybody on tonight's
Okay,
episode.
so
it don't even matter.
I would like to offer as tribute Rich Ass. We're gonna start with Rich's ass. Okay. Wait, let's let them choose. Actually, I'm sorry, y'all.
Okay,
who do y'all want to start with? Let me be fair. Who does everybody want to start with tonight? What storyline? What character?
Viewer's choice.
What moment? It's viewer's choice. We got y'all. Drop it in the chat. I'm gonna read off the ratings while y'all drop it in the chat. Okay. Janelle gave it a 4 as well. Dominique gave it a 3. When is the season over, baby? We got so far to go. We ain't even close. Like, we're at the midway point to the damn mid-season finale. Like, we still have, we still got 4 episodes to the mid-season. We still got a whole month of this.
And we're on the same day. And we're on the same damn day.
Mel gave it a 4.5. Vaughn says, unfortunately. Oh, wait. You on the struggle bus? Okay. You gave it a 3. Feel better, Vaughn. Finn gave it a 3 as well. Ciao. Oh, you say yes, please. Miriam says, yes, please start with Rich and Sabrina. Sade says it's a 3, but Robin's so fine. So 4. Listen, Robin is fine. He is.
Robin is fine, baby.
He is fine. And I get so mad with these light-skinned men, because my traditional type is a dark-skinned brother. But it's every now and again, some of these light-skinned men, I'm just like, ooh.
Well, let me tell y'all something. Your good sis Allie Nick traditional type is a light-skinned man.
Yes.
Preferably with locks.
Oh,
but I could
hell no, Allie. That is giving trouble. That is giving trouble, honey.
I am I am dangerously attracted to light-skinned men with locks. But like I said, I could do a little Caesar. I could be like Beyonce, like the low cut Caesars with the deep waves. I could vibe with that too. But Robin, it don't make no sense. It's not even the fact that he is just fine. He exudes a certain.
That's it. He's not bad on the eyes. God. Don't get me wrong. He's not bad on the eyes, but so much of his sexiness comes from how he carries himself. Like it oozes out of his ass, and it's just like, wait a minute. Because quiet as kept, his haircut don't even be crisp enough for me. But I'll allow it.
At all. It ain't crisp at all. And like traditionally, he would not be someone that I would look at like, oh, okay, look good. But that's as far as it would go. But if I had what they call them people, I am someone who is turned on by intellectual conversation.
Yes. Sapiosexuals.
The way he speaks, sapiosexual, it would get me every single time, because I have definitely I didn't do nothing with them, but I have definitely come close to falling for someone who I did not even find physically attractive, but they were just super intelligent and spoke with a confidence. I'm like, that's a turn on in itself.
Yes.
Just having a certain type of confidence. And I'm weird too, because I love hearing people talk about stuff that I know nothing about.
Yes.
And have no interest. But when I see how passionate they are, it does something to me. So
Same.
Robin,
Same.
he ain't even got no low cut Caesar with the deep waves. He got a jacked up, you know what I'm saying, all that going on. Don't really dress well either, but
Hello. Because them suits ain't
Robin,
tailored enough. They not tailored enough.
they're not telling him no. They're not telling him no. Not for him. No,
Mm-mm.
they're not telling. I'm gonna leave it in stock because that's a Sears suit. That is a Sears suit. I catch it, but you still look
But
good,
he
bro. I'm
wear
telling you,
it.
you look good.
He wear it. He definitely wear it.
He
Shell Jones
does.
gave it a 2. Perspective plans plans gave it a 3.54 bonus points if you delete the scene with Richard. Cheryl D gave it a 3. Mimi Loves Peace gave it a 3. Ahmad gave it a -3. Lord, now we in the negatives.
A
We in the
negative.
negatives.
Okay.
Tam B says, I can no
Okay.
longer rate the show, so I'm just not even going to do it. You know what? I can't even blame you. I can't even
I
blame
feel
you.
you on that. I feel you on that.
They said, Ellie, honey, that is just so specific. I'm here for it. They also said the confidence. Ooh, yes, that's also it. And it's like a great balance of like confidence that doesn't tip over to arrogance because Allie's attracted to Gary's arrogance. Gary's arrogance is the thing that like messes him up for me, but he's also a damn demon. So like he's an arrogant demon. I don't necessarily enjoy arrogance, but I do enjoy confidence. And if you put that in an intellectual ass man, just it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Okay. Diva, hey boo, gave it a 2. Allie, what you rate the episode?
Oh, jeez. I'm thinking about the B. Who said that? Sam B. I don't even know. I'm gonna tell you what. This wasn't. It wasn't a bad episode. Like it wasn't like you said. It wasn't hot garbage. It was just certain scenes. I'm not gonna lie to you, Erica. This is probably the first episode in the entire series that I felt utterly disgusted.
Mm.
Watching watching Rich do what he did in that examination room. I was I couldn't believe it. No, I couldn't believe, and I'm like, I didn't know they were going to go that far with it either. That took a lot. That took a lot from me. I'm probably gonna get
Yeah.
it. I'm probably gonna give it like a 3.5 too. I'm probably gonna give like a because it wasn't bad. It was. I was floored. I was utterly floored. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 though.
Yeah, I'm right around there.
I
3.5 or
can't
a
go no
4.
higher.
That's it. Like you can't go no higher than a 4 for sure. And they lucky that I'm not snatching more points for that damn scene. And honestly, y'all, only somebody said let's go to Rich and Sabrina. So we going to just wind up going to Rich and Sabrina. Nobody else said where we should start. I'm just saying, we was
Yeah.
all fawning over Robin. Y'all wasted the characters. They ain't tell us where to start. So now we're gonna start. Oh wait, no, somebody said Fatima. Nope, it was Rich. One person said Fatima.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of rage. Yeah.
Okay, so we going to Rich. Get on Rich's top. Okay, we're gonna do it because
First of
it's not
all,
even that scene. Like, well, it is that scene. Okay, so I just have so many thoughts, and I really hate Rich. Like, I don't like that nigga at all, and I'm never gonna like him. So y'all could go ahead and mark this as the moment where Erica decided that she was never going to give that a chance. Like, I do believe that he actually would have had a chance if he would have made it some type of turnabout or whatever. But that will never know peace as it pertains to me. The same way that Zachary Taylor now will never know peace. Like for me, Rich is quite literally Zachary Taylor with 6 extra brain cells in his own business. Y'all let that sink in. He's Zachary Taylor with 6 more brain cells, a business, and no kids. If you see the difference, please point it out because I don't. Other than the 3 things, the 3 qualifiers I just gave y'all, that is Zachary Taylor in dark. I can't. That man requires too much from Sabrina. She's not getting much of anything in this relationship but consistent ass penis. And I'm like, she's a bomb ass black woman. She can go get that elsewhere. Quiet as kept. We're going to start this episode off with them at the damn steam plant. And he's just like, oh, well, she's like, what is this really about? It's about the fertility appointment. When did it become about the fertility appointment? You literally look this girl at her face in front of her friend and say, this whole matter more than me. Andi, your hoe ass matter more than me. All of your little group of hoes, your whole gaggle of hoes matter more than me. That's what you was saying last episode. That's what had you so pissed. She wasn't at lunch with you, but she down at the steam plant with Danny. And now all of a sudden, the fertility appointment. How would I ever get my swimmers to go? Rich, I ought to whoop your ass my goddamn self. Because what are you talking about? I'm sorry, Allie.
I'm with you.
I can't stand that
I am
man.
with you 100%. I'm with you all the way. When I was watching that moment, first of all, I felt like Sabrina did too much to try to pull him in after he
Way
disrespected
too
her last
much.
episode by telling her, you didn't have all of this. Basically, you didn't have all this. You desperate for my sperm, and now we're in a place where Sabrina is pacifying him. It really did make me think of Fatima and Zack. Zach do something, babe, I got you. No, 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 no. Call him out for what he did and what he said and how he made you feel when he said that to you. I said I was busy and no, Sabrina. First of all, Rich to me is not even that good of a man for you to be doing this with. And the fact that you tripping out over this fertility appointment when all you got to do is go and scrub out some sperm, you acting like it's surgery or a deep procedure. You're literally about to please yourself. And I'm thinking, no, hmm. It was just a lot. I felt like they made me. I saw this clip of Tracy Braxton, Lord, bless it, where she was talking about it's almost like somebody giving you a false nut. Watching Sabrina them, and it's like you give us these great moments of these declarations that they give themselves and these pep talks that they give themselves only for the next episode, sometimes the same episode, to do the complete opposite of what they said they're going to stand for. They do it all the time with Andi. We're seeing it with Sabrina, and it was just such a missed opportunity for her to choose herself with Danny and with Rich. And we're back here at this moment where we have Sabrina acted out of character with this phone sex in the lobby of the clinic. I said, go to hell. I don't know who wrote this show, but go to hell.
Your boy.
Big time.
Your boy. Well, it's
Oh,
two. So,
Jamie,
like, also, I peeped it with the credits. They did story by Jamie and then screen, like, teleplay by, which means basically,
saw that.
and I'm gonna double check this, but as far as I know as I know how it works, I'll double check. But that means that Jamie came up with the major beats and the other person just had to fill it in. So they don't have as much control over the episode as if they would have just beat it out, blue skied it or whatever in the writer's room and then everybody take their episodes. Having that story by credit is very important because that means that you have more control over what is actually happening with the story. And then the person who actually writes it or the teleplay is by, it's just basically doing the logistics of like putting the extra words to make the things happen. And that is very important because, and this is no shade to Jamie, or it's not, it actually is shade. I'm not even gonna lie. It is shade to Jamie, but it's not intended to be malicious shade to Jamie. But I am losing faith in his ability to steer this ship as the showrunner and lead storyteller because it's so apparent to me that you're out of your depths and actually fully actualizing these women and having certain conversations in a way that is going to truly represent what it is an experience for women. And I'm gonna talk more about that, I think, when I get to Danny. But this episode really stuck out to me because I'm just like, you have these people writing good words, but you applying the dialogue to circumstances that don't fit the woman after they already said some other stuff. Like, it could be great, but you quite literally feel like you just copying and pasting and throwing this here and throwing this here. And that's not the woman experience. Like, women, whether men understand this or not, women are not just out here doing all willy-nilly. We are motivated by our feelings. We are motivated by our fears. We are motivated by our trauma. We are motivated by our situations. We are motivated by our hopes and dreams. We are motivated by our friends. We are motivated by our enemies. Like, we are motivated by so many things. And those things come into play and provide context for why we say and do the things that we say and do. So why are we watching a bunch of women do random as if they don't have lived experiences that would color them doing the things that they're doing on screen? Am I crazy?
I feel you 100%. I have a lot. I have lost complete hope, and I have so much. I know you said you want to talk about it when we go to Danny. For me, it's when we get to Andy. I was very bothered tonight. I was really bothered tonight, and I'll go more in detail when we get to Andy's part. But with Sabrina too, it bothered me that, and like you said, Rich is too needy, because as a grown man, you mean to tell me you can't get yourself off? You can't use your imagination? Oh, the Wi-Fi don't work. You need, like, come on. You need her to walk you through busting one? Like, no.
And the wildest thing about that though, Allie, is like I get it. Like if Rich wasn't such a needy man and wasn't actually like reciprocal or had any type of reciprocity for real in their relationship outside of this, I think I would have been able to get over, and it could have been cute. Like if they actually have a healthy relationship, him needing her specifically to get this nut would have been cute. I know circumstances where that actually makes sense. And it's like, okay, like let me do what I gotta do. I don't know if she needs to stay in a damn hallway or if she would excuse herself and either go to the room that he is in or go to another private room so that she can do what she has to do for her man. But it's not even cute, charming, or anything, because this is yet another thing that Rich cannot bring to the table. He cannot do on his own. Every single thing that he's quote unquote trying to support Sabrina in or help Sabrina with, he requires her assistant to assist her. So are you doing it for her or not? What the fuck? You need help with everything. She got to hold your hand with every goddamn thing. But I think, again, it would be different if he wasn't making statements of, you were just so desperate for my sperm. If he didn't lead with, well, I don't want to have kids, even though you want to have kids, but I want to still stick parts of me and parts of you. Like, he takes so much from her and then doesn't bat an eye when still consistently needing things. And I think that would also add a layer of nuance to it too, if Rich was a character that was more self-aware and knew how needy he was. He don't even speak to it. It's almost like he's entitled to it, which I guess speaks to a lot of men who operate in that way, but that makes them trash too. So yeah, no. That could have worked, but this is not the relationship for it to work. It would work if Karen was trying to get pregnant and needed Aaron's sperm. That would have worked. I would have been able to be fine. It's not because I just love the Karen character so much. I do, but that would have worked because that man shows up for her. That man rubs her feet. That man feeds her when she's not eating. Like that man already has shown a true investment in this woman, and the interactions aren't trite. I really don't like Rich.
It makes all the
I
sense.
also have a couple notes,
and that's one of the things.
Before we even get to the damn hospital, Sabrina's like, I knew he was gonna go back on it. I knew he was gonna renege on it because he's like, oh, the fertility. I'm nervous about that, and they drag that out. Cool. He says out of his damn mouth, I'm committed to doing the family thing. You're committed to doing the family thing.
Yeah,
interesting. I got a couple follow-up questions. You're committed to doing the follow-up thing, but where's her ring? You're committed to doing the follow-up thing, but where's her house? You're committed to doing the family thing, but where's her provisions? You're committed to doing the family thing since when, ho? Is it crack, Richard? I don't want to just be ranting.
It's the same thing they shot up Gary Veins. Same thing they put in Gary Veins is what he's on. You can hear me?
I can't hear you. Maybe they can hear you. I can't hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
Hold on. It might be me. Hold on 1 second. Okay, go again.
Can you guys hear me? Testing.
Yes,
can you hear me, Erica?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Shoot, what was I saying? We talking about Rich. the family thing. And it would even I would even have a problem with that if him and Sabrina even had a conversation about what is it that she wants. Does she want to get married? Where do they see themselves? Like there are so many holes in this relationship for her to even be trying to have a baby with this man. And the most we get from Rich is him trying to open up a second juice bar. Like he puts more effort and energy into that than the family thing. And it was the way he said it that got me. I'm no committed to this family thing. I said, "No, baby. I don't even like the way you said that. I don't even like the way you said it. It's such a disconnect, and it makes me feel like he's only doing this to keep Sabrina in his life. He's not doing this because this is what he really wants. And it's going. And I pray she's not already pregnant, and I pray she don't have no baby by this man because he's not the one.
At all.
He's just not.
And Rich is only like 75% of the problem because the other 25% is that Sabrina is sitting there looking all doe-eyed and doofy while all of this is happening. Like, girl, you are an active participant in this. He's committed to doing the family thing and you don't have no follow-up questions. He's committed to doing the family thing, and this is the first time he's really actually saying these words to you. And this happened also later on in the episode, which I will expound upon once we get there because I want to try to keep it together because my ass will rant and ramble about every goddamn thing. But in this episode, we get Robin telling Andi that he loves her for the first time, and there's no nothing. And I'm like, am I crazy? This is the first time this man is talking about he fell in love with her, and we just gonna throw that out there like that. He's committed to the family thing, and Sabrina not only wants kids, but wants a family, wants the white picket fence, wants all of that, and she just gonna let it sit there, and it don't evoke nothing. It don't. Excuse me. Like I felt like I was watching the episode and I was crazy because I could not fathom how is this just riding? How is it just being said and being done and that's it?
We have the same thoughts. I can't even begin to tell you what my mind went when I heard Robin profess what he said. We'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, Sabrina and Rich, as you stated, there was no follow up. It lets us know there has been no conversation about it. Where do you want to live? Does he want to stay in Atlanta? What side of town does he want to move? He wants to move to. Where is he looking to put this second juice bar? How will this affect you? Will y'all be raising children in the same home? What is happening with this? Now I can see, Karen on the other hand had sex, oops, got pregnant. You're planning this, and you're not doing a good job of planning, ma'am.
At all, but we
At
gotta sit
all.
here and watch you coddle this man. Girl, it didn't have weak ass phone sex at that. It wasn't even strong. Like the storytelling was inconsistent.
Mhm.
Girl.
Yeah, I said, you know what? And I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna say it. I think I had better phone sex when I was 16 years old. Because what was that?
What was
If we
that?
had to sit there and watch that man simulate going to work on himself, I'm gonna need Sabrina to have some top tier
Hello.
dialogue in what
Hello.
she says.
I literally did like that. I said I'm not doing this shit with y'all. I'm not doing it. I don't want to hear this bullshit. I literally did that. If I was recording my reaction, y'all would. I'm not doing it. Cause what are you?
I said, what is this? Oh my God. It was just so. And then to me, for someone who's already leery about doing this, you're not comfortable. You ain't even take the top off the cup. So you about to and you got to rush it open. I said, I'm done. I'm done with Rich. I'm done with this phone sex. I'm just disgusted. Because they had it where he was getting into it where he unbuckled his belt. I thought that was it for us. Then they went back to Sabrina. She got her eyes closed like she getting into it. Then when they went back to Rich, Erica, I was just like, and for me, this is one of the big issues. They write these men as if we like them. We don't like them. We don't care
Ellie, you
about
gotta say that
them.
one more time. We gotta clip that piece. Go one more time, Fred, for the people in the back.
They they write these men as if we like them, as if we care about them, as if we are intrigued by them. We don't want our girls with them. Well, I don't want Sabrina with Rich. I want Tony to leave Danny the hell alone for his own well being. But that's a whole nother story. But no, we don't like them. But no, y'all. And we want you to be the man, the father, Sabrina's child. No, give us Dominic. We don't know him from a can of paint,
At
but I
all.
prefer him over Rich.
I take my chances. I tell you that.
Sure will. Sure will.
Will take my damn chances. Yeah, so Rich
Just
is
done
still
it. This
trash.
Sabrina, did it work? Did
Did
it
it
work? I said
work?
Sabrina. Now I'm gonna tell you something about me as a woman, right? So me and my man, we did what grown folks do. And then he asked me a question. He was like, "So did you?" And I looked at him and I was offended because I'm like, "I'm your woman. You know what I sound like
Mm,
when that happens or when it doesn't. You know what I sound like. You don't have to ask me that. If you're in tune with me, you don't have to ask me that question."
you would
Rich
know.
did everything. You would know. Rich did everything but kick over that damn table. And Sabrina gonna talk about did it work? Girl, this man just had a full blown orgasm. Did it work? I said, get these two people off my damn screen immediately,
The naivete on
expeditiously.
Sabrina is starting to get very annoying. She's still very cute as hell, but also, girl, enough. Enough. Please. Did it
I
work?
can't. Did it work?
And
I
I don't know
can't.
how it worked because you wasn't saying much nothing.
Girl,
But you know what?
I,
That was what you did say was cringy enough. So you fine. You fine. All right. Anything else for Rich and Sabrina? Because that's all I got. Sabrina's taking
that's all I
25% of
got,
the
girl.
responsibility. I'm not throwing her ass away. Even though I think season 7 did a good job of like reducing my expectations as it pertains to Sabrina and her friendship with Karen. But it still stings. I'm not gonna hold y'all. It still stings when she let certain fly when people take cheap shots at Karen, because I really believe that they were deeper than that, closer than that, and she was more protective of Karen than that. But I ain't like ready to flip no tables over. But that little comment that Rich made, and then her little deflecting, I'm just trying to be a godmother. I was just like, Sabrina, please. I'm trying to let these things build to make me not like
Oh,
her,
that pissed
but
me off. I'm glad you said that because I forgot about that part. That made me upset too because Rich is one of those, like, I'm the type of person, my man you don't have to like my friends. You don't. It's not a requirement. But one thing you will not do, you will not disrespect them. Period.
period.
My friends don't have to like my man. You ain't gotta like him, but you're not going to disrespect him either. And for me with Rich, that would be a turn off for me because I see the way how he is so aggressively with his disdain for Andy.
Mm-hmm.
And then you saying certain things about Karen. My friend name number one shouldn't even be coming out of your mouth because what we're dealing with has nothing to do with her. So the way that Sabrina, I guess, tried to stifle that to say, I'm just trying to be an aunt. No, no, that's my sister. And what we're not going to do is that ever
Mm-hmm.
again. So I tell you what, it's okay for you to feel how you feel. Don't address it. Don't verbalize it to me
Yeah.
because that's going to be a problem. And
And
I
he's
need for her to get
consistently
more of a
doing it.
backbone. He's been doing it since the season started with Andy, and now and I don't like how he mentions Andy to Sabrina,
Yep.
and now you're throwing this thing with Karen. And, well, she is having Sabrina. No, no, ma'am. Y'all got too much stuff going on for Karen's name, but I see for that was a thing this episode for Karen's name to be just thrown at people's mouths just to say certain things. But we'll get to that when we get to that.
Child, we
But
gonna get to it.
yeah. Hmm.
Mm-mm. Where we going at next, y'all? We done knocked off one. Sabrina and her goofy ass man, Rich. Where are we going next? And I fear, like, going real quick, just going back while y'all let me know which characters we going to next. I fear when it comes to like the conversation around criticizing the writers, I fear with the current slate that we have in the men leading this very female driven or supposedly female driven show, maybe some of this stuff is being missed and it's not fully fleshed out because the men who are writing it don't understand women for real.
And that could be a great reason why it is the way that it is. And for me, it's just like, even if you don't understand, I'm one of those people, and everybody is different. But when you see the sink, I mean, when you see the ship sinking, please go get help. Please go get consultants. The fact that there are men leading this, and this is a woman based show, Mara Brocker Kill never miss,
Ever.
because she's a woman who had vision about
And
what
the
she
men
wanted
were
to
done
write
well
about.
too, though. The craziest thing, the
Even I'm going
men
to say,
were done
even
well.
the main characters, absolutely were done exquisitely.
Child
Because to me,
Darnell,
she's trying to tell a
oh,
certain story, baby,
woo,
baby, baby.
the growth on that man.
The growth, because I
Whilst,
couldn't stand him a lot of the times.
but you
Couldn't
understood
stand him,
him.
but I understood. I understood. And when I say, for me, couldn't stand Darnell, a lot of the stuff had to do with, one, he did have some chauvinistic ways
Mm-hmm.
about himself, but I understand him and Mario were together since they were in high school.
You
This is
know
the only
exactly
man
how he
he
came
had
to
ever
be.
been with. You knew
Yes.
exactly, exactly. And even though the show was called Girlfriends, it was about these women. They did a great job with layering the men in their lives, from William
Mm-hmm.
to Darnell to hell, even Stan. He wasn't even on the show that long, but
Mm-hmm.
it was layers to these people, and it was like, okay, I like him for Joan. I like him for my, I like this. These men been in our faces for a long time, and we don't like them. The
And the
writers are not
craziest
doing a
thing
good job of presenting
is we
these men.
don't like them, but then also there were people that came up in girlfriends that you didn't necessarily like right away. You don't have to like, but because you understand and you realize really quickly the purpose that they are serving. And it's so, to me, it becomes very serendipitous. Like Girlfriends is just such a well done show because a lot of the people that we
Yeah,
call into our lives, it feels like serendipity or a little bit of spontaneity to it, but it be literally the people that are carrying the lessons of the things that we need to learn at that particular point in time. So when you are the most insecure, you're probably calling in the person who's going to prey on that insecurity, and you are going to either have to be confronted with the fact that you're insecure and push through it and find a way,
mm,
or you're going to allow that man to take advantage of you and then maybe go on to the next and then still learn a lesson. Like I think that that's what Girlfriends did. Like I didn't love every single man on the show, but I respected them for who they were, the distinct point of view that they were coming from, and they never felt shorted or slighted, even when they were, controlling, even when they were
that's
misogynistic,
true.
even when they were leaning into the patriarchy. Like William did it often. Like William was one of the best men in Girlfriends, but he still had his shit with
That's
him
true.
because we all do.
Yes, it
And
did.
because they balance with full context of him as a man and his walk as a man, specifically as a well-to-do man in a very white space of money and means, that now
Yes.
impacts the black women around him. And I even like I can go to specific episodes and like Joe not feeling like he showed up and then not having his back in this corporate setting. It's just these two black, like all of that feeds itself. And
Yeah,
like we could really be getting that with Sistas, with all of these black
you
people
can.
engaging with one another, but they don't have no goddamn specificity or realness to the interactions. And this shit is becoming beyond frustrating. I fear.
And Girlfriends was a 30-minute show. And as I heard you
30
speaking,
minutes.
the 30 minutes, it was a 30-minute show. And as I heard you speaking, and you brought up some really great points, the character that was ringing in my head the most was Ellis,
Yes.
bringing up the insecurity of Joan
Oh.
and the jealousy of Joan, and making a point to that. And even though he wasn't the best man, the things that were brought up in Joan's life because of her connection to this person, and him not being afraid to call her out on certain things, and even calling her out but still covering her as he called her out. Like, it was so, oh my God. Who,
Yeah.
don't make me even get on that. It's such a, man. The
Yeah.
fact that I ever compared Sisters to Girlfriends, I would never, and I take it all back.
It's not there.
because
It could be there.
it's nowhere. It could have been, because that's what I thought when the show, when Sisters first came. I'm like, oh, it's like a modern version of Girl. Okay, no, never,
And
never. Mm-mm.
quiet as kept, y'all. The people who have the most fuss and like criticism for us, I'm gonna say me, but I'm gonna say Allie too because we feel very much so like cut from similar cloths. I don't think that y'all really understand that the criticism that we have for the characters, specifically like now in this moment, the male characters, is because they could be great. They really could be great. Zachary Taylor could be the freaking boy redemption story to end all boy redemption stories. He had every piece of all the material that you need at the start of the series. Zach had everything that you needed, including empathy from the audience. And yet he is still a raggedy nigga with little to no brain cells, a bunch of entitlement and ego, and no job.
Ain't no child had a, what are you doing home so early? No, what you doing home? What you
We
doing home so
watch
early? I said, baby,
Ellis.
I could never.
We watch Ellis, a ego driven C list actor, go through his relationship with Joan, deal with her, help her through her, not even realizing how he was helping her, and then come out of it a more self-aware, fully actualized man because his relationship with Joan called for him to find empathy and understanding that he never had with any other previous relationship.
Yes,
And y'all trying to be on my neck about Zach not growing at all while he has a Fatima standing next to him, trying to land over landmines every time he enters out into the field.
baby.
The lack of reciprocity
The
for the
more we
women
talk
on
about
this
Ellis,
show is
baby,
wild.
it is. It is.
But y'all
And
on
the
my
more we
ass
talk about
though.
Ellis, the more I didn't dislike him. I didn't like dislike Ellis, but the more we talk about him, the more I'm like, that was a good man, Savannah, because even when Joan started dealing with Brock, you're cheating on your man. And even then, he did not do what he could have done or said the things he could have said, because he understood, hey, maybe we've been over for a while. You deserve to be happy. I'm just gonna, bow out gracefully. And he did just that. He didn't talk, oh, well, you sure. Well, I mean, he ain't gonna make you feel like I feel. Zach is so ego driven. And as you stated, we saw this character from the beginning, Ellis, who was ego driven. I'm this D-list actor. Even when he came in to apologize to Joan, he was wearing a damn lobster suit. So it let me know he's willing to do almost anything for his career. Like literally until he got his big break. And so when I look at characters like Zach or Tony and Rich, it's not just the fact that I dislike these characters. We have nothing to go off of. They are not layered. And even though the show was about Maya, Lynn, Tony, and Joan, they did a great job within those 30 minutes of incorporating the men who were in their lives in that moment.
Because
Period.
that's
And
a
they
part
did it
of
in such
it.
a flawless way.
That is literally a
Yes.
part of it. The women that y'all run into, y'all sisters, y'all mothers, y'all's cousins, y'all's girlfriends, we don't just magically appear this way. Like Erica did not just fucking fall out of a coconut tree all opinionated and raging against the goddamn patriarchy and shit. It is the experiences that I have had with men, with women, with family members, with friends. Like it's all of those things that have now helped to craft who you are actually experiencing. And the way that we want to pretend like the characters in this goddamn world that we built that is Sisters can say and do things to one another, but they never really get affected by it. It's wild work. Wild.
Yeah.
Okay.
But speaking of wild work, you want to head on over to Zach and Fatima?
Well, they I think I was trying to count. They were saying
Oh,
Andy,
okay.
Andy and Danny was at
Okay.
first. And then I saw Andy and Robin, Andy. So I'm assuming they want to talk about Andy and Robin.
Andy and Robin. Let's go there.
You can go
Um,
for it first, friend, because
I just want to know when the hell he fell in love with Andy. That's what I need to know. Erica, family that's on this live with us tonight. When in the hell? Why in the hell? Where? in the hell did Robin fall in love with Andrea Barnes? Was it the threesome?
Hmm.
Was it uh when they had drinks? Was it after she told him that she was an engaged woman? Was it uh any of those times? Was it the year and a half he was gone and magically came back? Uh was it when he was
Year and a half.
shaming her for sleeping with Paris? What when was it? When did you fall in love with Andrea, baby? Because I ain't see no love, Robin.
Child, I didn't
When
see no
I
love.
tell you, I ain't see the love. Where is the love, baby? Because I have not seen it. I really had. I said, y'all not gonna do. I said so many times, y'all not gonna do this to me during this episode. I said, y'all not gonna do this to me because when the hell did Robin ever fall in love with Andy? When? Why did you? Why would you? What has Andy given
Why
you?
would you?
Like Andy has to have the greatest cooch in the world.
Oh
It
my
must be lined with
gosh.
gold, trimmed in absolute gold. Because what
It has to
all this
be.
girl did was suck you, and you're in love. That's dangerous, Robin. You don't want none of that, sir. Leave it be. Leave it be.
Well, okay, so I just did a video, y'all. So after the live, y'all can check it out because I've been dropping videos lately, and it's called "Is Robin Playing Andy?" And I honestly took a little
Mm,
time to explore the thought process around because like people were saying yes and no, and in the video I talk about is it a yes or is it a no, and the reasons why if it would be yes or if it would be no, and what I came up with, Ellie, which means that I might need to back my ass away because I fear I'm starting to understand things as the Tyler Perry writers are, and I don't like that for myself, right? One of the points that I made in that
mm,
was I think that they were trying to use Robin with that petty ass comment about Paris to allude to him having deeper feelings for Andy. It wasn't just a dig just to dig. It was jealousy. It was I like you more than I want to let on, and I don't like the idea of this other man having you after already going to war with this other man that I know about. And I don't think that they did a good job by any means in reference to doing that. But if I was to point to a place and time to say, this is when Robin fell in love with Andy, I think that that's something that men do when they feel feelings that they don't feel comfortable feeling for women, i.e., love.
yeah. Yeah. They need to do a better job
They
because
do.
it just was and I and that is the overall thing for sisters. Like they need to do a better job. And then the thing is, I know it can be done well because when I look at Karen and Aaron in the second season, it makes sense to me that this
Mhm.
man would be falling in love with her. The way that they
Yep.
wrote that particular, so even the first season, the way that they did, and it was gradual. And
Yep.
he put all his stuff on the table up front. Like I love how they did that. And then we get a character like Robin. When he came on the scene, it was very evident to me that the only thing he wanted to do was slide in Andy. Like to me, that was very evident what his energy was with her.
I
That's what
think
that's how I viewed him.
I don't know if I ever really trusted him just wanting to sleep with her. Like it felt like he wasn't moving sleazy enough for me to believe that he didn't really care about Andy in some way. Now, I'm not saying that he loved her from the jump, but like he just was making way too many concessions and like how he talked to her wasn't in a way and I'm not saying that everything has to be stereotypically like if we just hooking up then hoe get out the moment that you done, but like he did like cuddle
Right.
her and like do certain things that to me were like little signs of like okay nigga, like y'all could actually be something, but both of y'all are simple actually. So I don't have that far to go in reference to believing that he's falling for her. To say that he's already fell is wild work because you have been gone for a month of Sundays and you just been letting this girl be in this relationship with this other man, taking it all seriously again, flipped and reversed all types of ways. But you love her. Like I don't know how much I believe that, especially knowing how competitive men can be and knowing like what you said about Paris. Like she wasn't even serious about Paris
Yeah.
and you was ready to flip over tables in your goddamn office. So cool. I think that you're 100% right and like, yeah, y'all need to tell that story better so that we can actually see him falling in love a little bit harder or easier. clearer.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, and like even with his character, like because I know for me, and this is my personality and how the things I used to do. Because when now this was back in the day. So when I would have sex with somebody, like there was a real disconnect. I could have sex with you and not really like you like that.
mm,
And I'm the type of person like the way that I show love. One of my love languages is acts of service. So I pay attention to people. If I know, oh, he likes sweets, he likes this. So the next time he come over, oh, he like red fruit punch. So I'm gonna have red fruit punch. I'm gonna make you some brownies, and I'm gonna have some vanilla ice cream. So to somebody looking outside in, they may think, oh, Alicia really like this dude, and it's like, I don't. The sex is great. I want that to keep going, but I know he likes this stuff too, and I am not connected to him in an
mm,
emotional way at all. Now, I believe that has something to do with me as a person, yeah, but that's how I was. Like that's how I function. It was just like, oh, I know he like this. I'm gonna get it for him because like he cool and everything, but there is no depth to anything. And I was messing with this particular guy I'm thinking about for months, and it never graduated to anything other than just what
mm,
it was. But my friend was like, "Nah, I think you follow him." Like I'm new because I'm messing with somebody else too in addition to him. So it was like, but
yeah.
that's just who I am. That's just like my thing. And so even now, as a grown woman, truly grown adult, I have to be intentional when being involved with someone, and I have to ask myself, how do I feel about this person? Because I know me. I can vibe with you, go out with you, hang out with you, and I would never like you in a romantic way. So
Mm.
it's like one of those things I do have to check because I'm capable of doing it. And so, like when Robin first walked on the scene, initially, because he was asking Fatima about Andy, so I'm like, "You supposed to be you the HNIC? Why are you worried about this woman?" So for me, I peeped. Okay, you want to have sex? Okay, boom, he did, and they did. I do believe that over time, as you stated, he was making certain concessions for Andy. So for me, I'm like, that can mean he thinks she's cool. He wants to help her out. Does he really like this woman? So for me, it's like you got to really show me that you like her other than just doing things, because anybody can just do things.
But do you
You're
think
a
men
lawyer,
just
you're
do
good at what you
things?
do.
I think that men are less likely to
Uh
just do things unless they are like invested.
I
Like I have
think
men
I
friends,
do. I
so
do
I
think
do
men are
think
less
that.
likely to do things.
Okay.
Yeah, I think men are less likely to do things. Yeah, I think they are. Yeah. But that love thing, I said, oh hell no, y'all ain't about to do this to me. I'm sorry. Does he like her? Yes. Does he care about her? I believe so. Love, mm-mm.
They are playing in
In
all of
love,
our faces, including Andrea Barnes's face, because for him to even say it and then she's not taken aback by it, she don't have no response at all. So there's now two men
girl.
who are in love with you and you don't got no feelings about it, but you also the pick me hoe. The pick me hoe is now having
Mm-mm.
her way and she don't have no response. Come on now. Come on now.
Yeah, and I hate to even bring this man up, but Morris,
Mm.
I'm gonna give Morris his props because at least he was honest with Andy. Because
All
I'm
right
trying to
now,
figure out
Allie.
how all these
Allie now. I'm
men.
about to back away
No,
like home out to the
I'm
bushes.
what? No, what? Watch where listen where I'm going now. Because all these men did diving, jumping, falling in love with Andy, and Morris told her what it was. This is how men look at you.
Mm.
And I'm more apt to believe that than all these men falling in love with Andy. So that's what I mean when I say that I am more apt to believe what Morris said about Andy as how the men in the job or
Mm.
in the field look at her than believing that these men are just jumping and diving and falling in love with Andy Barnes, because the Andy Barnes that we see depicted, what is it about her that you falling in love with other than her sex?
But do you
What is
think
she
that's
giving
because
you?
we got our senses with us and we can see her for who she is? I think that Andy as a character does a really great job of presenting a full package while being only a quarter worth of anything there. I think that like outside of like cuz we as the audience get the benefit of seeing all of her, like not all of her waking moments, but too many of her waking moments
Yeah.
to fully get a good grasp on her. But for Robin and what he knows and what he sees, the sex is great. You were able to get a multi-million-dollar penthouse. You drive around in a Rolls Royce. You do win a couple cases here and there. You are bearable in conversation. And the problems that he helped her with before this one was like her trying to be there for Fatima with Zack. Like, I don't think that because Andi is a pick me, she does a very, very good job of presenting herself a certain way to men, which allows them to believe the facade. So I could see, like, I think that us saying, why would you fall in love with Andi is one thing because we understand the tenets of love should have more makeup to it. But what my understanding is for most men, especially non-emotionally intelligent ones, they have an idea of what love is, but not really know what it is. So I could see them falling in love quickly with an Andi type because you don't really know the substance to look for. So the fact that there's no substance there and she's giving you a show that doesn't speak to the fact that there's no substance there, there's no red flags coming up for you. On top of the fact that Andi, in her pick-me-isha ways, has expertly crafted the damsel in distress. And that shit, I think that that's the thing that gets these men every time. They love to feel needed. They love to save a hoe. And Andy's always going to give you a hoe to save.
I see that.
I don't think that you're wrong, though, friend. I do think, like, yes, because we didn't see the journey of Robin falling for her, and we can't really see, like, girl, she wasn't doing all of this stuff to show that y'all life would be so great together. Like, that's the stuff that we think about, right? Like, how could we complement one another really well and add to yada 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 yada. But I don't think most men think like that.
And it's so funny because this is what I'm gathering from what you're saying. Like I can see that with I'll give that to the Robin character. Like you're around Andi in the workplace and maybe she, presented this facade, this image that you have, connected yourself with. But with Gary, I don't think Gary viewed Andi in that way.
Okay. So this other thing that comes up for me when it comes to Andi is, in men specifically, is I think Andi is also such a convenient woman in that maybe Robin isn't actually in love with her, but he wants to be in love. He wants to be married. And Andi feels like the perfect woman to slide in that slot. So those feelings and that communication could be coming from, oh, I want to, because I have this big thing. I have this thing with niggas, with men. If you are on some kind of clock, if you got some preconceived notions, some prescription for your life, and you want to do this by this time and this by this time, and this includes marriage and all of that, don't date my ass because I'd be damned if you gonna slide me into a slot that belonged to another bitch because I was here at the time that you wanted to do this. And I don't put that past Robin either. So could I'm falling in love with you be my clock is ticking. I want to be married. You're good enough. And not that he believes her to be less than, but it's easier to ascribe those feelings to somebody just because you want to have those feelings.
Right.
And again,
I
that
agree
just
with
came
that.
up.
Yeah, I agree with that with Robin. Like I can see that with Robin. Like when the more I'm thinking about what you said, I'm thinking about it with a man like Gary. I think Gary saw through whatever facade Andy thought she was slinging his way. Because to me, he was the one that was in control the entire time. Like
But
he
she
could
looked
probably
like a
let you
great
think
trophy. I think that she looked like a great
she
trophy and she
does.
was weak enough to be controlled. So I thought that Andi, at the time that she met Gary, was the perfect victim for him. And he saw it. He knew
Oh,
it.
absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Men are good at that too. Can
Yeah, I don't
smell
believe
your
that
ass
Gary
like a
loved her.
darn fresh cut with blood. Oh,
Yeah.
she's perfect. She don't want much. She's want me to come over and break her back in every morning at 6 o'clock
At
in the
6 o'clock.
morning before she
So
go to work.
inconvenient. Like, what? Anyway.
Yeah. But yeah,
Did you want Robin and Andi to kiss?
no.
No.
I don't want Robin to be in time with this woman. I
Mm.
really don't. because I just not right now. So if they are supposed to get back together, not right now. Like, do keep it professional until you are through with this situation here. And at that point in time, if y'all want to do something, then yeah. But no, I didn't want them to kiss.
Okay. Okay.
No. You did.
I don't. I want Robin and Andy to happen. I don't necessarily know if I care how, but that's just because I want Jordan and Penelope gone. Like I want Jordan, Penelope, and
Oh,
Gary gone. Like I want this season of her life to be over. And I feel like Robin will be the thing that ushers us into that next era with whatever comes. Um, so it's less of like, yeah, I just want them to kiss so bad because I want to see them kiss. I do think they have ridiculous chemistry, like ridiculous chemistry that is very interesting to look at. Um, and it's interesting how the writers are putting Robin in a perpetual place of saving her. Like, what is the likelihood that you coming off the elevator right at the same time that Watts is trying to abduct her ass? This is abduction
oh
because you
yeah,
didn't even put the goddamn handcuffs on her. Or is she arrested or is she not? You look like you was about to throw her in the back of a goddamn van. Watts, is you cool?
yeah. That's what I want to bring up. I know Danny is your person for this episode. Andy is mine. And the thing that really gets me is that I'm not sure why it's being written this way. I'm not sure what the intention is, but Andy is a character who has been assaulted so many times
Mm.
by men on this show. And I'm really trying to understand, why does this keep happening to her?
Mm-hmm.
In 2 weeks, we have seen her get slapped by Penelope. We have seen her now for this man to, and then I'm trying to figure out, why did she grant permission for him to come into her home?
Mm.
And she was like, you can let him up. In what world? After you just have, interrogated me, disrespecting me and my friends, that I'm going to allow you into my space, my domain. I don't see that happen. I was like, why is she allowing him to come up? But anyway, the way that this man grabs her and was about to shove her on that elevator, I said, why are people constantly putting their hands on Andy? And like, some people feel like Andy deserved to be slapped. And I said, well, I don't feel that way. But even if you did, Penelope wasn't the one to do it.
At all.
Penelope,
At all.
like, why does Andy have to keep getting assaulted? Like, I'm not understanding. Woman, like, honestly, Andy, she baby girl does what she does. Okay, she does what she does, but she don't be deserving all that. Like, I'm just like, can we
Yeah.
please stop? Just last, what, 2 weeks ago, Hudson put his hands on her twice. He
Mm-hmm.
shoved her twice in the same episode. Like, what the hell is going on?
Yep.
That really bothered me. Like, it really bothers me, and I know that men are spearheading this. Like, it is never okay for a man to put his hands on a woman like that. I don't care what the situation is. Don't touch me. I'm not your damn child. And I get sick and tired of seeing that character really go through that.
Mm-hmm.
I really do.
And even that, and there's no call to her previous experience and clear trauma that she experiences from it. She just has to take it. But if this
Yes,
was actually speaking to a woman in her position, she would have feelings about that. I wouldn't be surprised if there would be PTSD that we're not seeing manifested, that could be manifested, and add additional layers. KJ can definitely handle it. She's a phenomenal actress.
absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that's what my issue, one of my issue is, like, the things that we do know about the character. She experienced a domestic abuse in college. And it seems like almost every man she has connected herself to in a serious way, they put their hands on her. Even with Gary, we find out that Gary bruised her ribs. Or, the dude in high school, I mean, dude in college, I think broke her ribs. Gary bruised them. Like, you keep it. Morris attacked her. Like, this woman continues to have these things going on, and it's never addressed in a serious way. No, she didn't have a situation like Danny where a man punched her or hit her. However, she keeps getting
Yep.
pulled and dragged and pushed, and it's like, no, why do y'all keep writing this? Like, I guess I would be have an understanding if I knew the reason, but to just use her as this woman that just people just put their hands on, man or woman. No, I want Andy to whoop somebody's ass. Cause why y'all keep trying this woman like this? And
Yeah.
we know she's not gonna do it. Like she's not gonna fight back. So it's like because we know Andy isn't gonna do that, then she's just gonna be our, residential, the person that we bully. No.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Such a valid point, Allie. Give her her tens. That was such an astute observation. Because I low key didn't even think about it
Yeah.
that deep. But I'm also a 6 foot, dark skinned, 200 pound black woman. There's not too many people
Mm-hmm.
that's yoking me up. Like,
Correct. Right.
so
Right.
I
Right.
don't.
Right.
I saw it and I'm like, why this I literally went to the place of like, if you're arresting her, then arrest her professionally. This feels too much. But you are so right about the call to like people always putting their hands on this little ass woman. Andy is small. She's
She is
petite.
small.
You don't be doing that. And not to say that you need to be grabbing on any
Yeah.
woman, but you damn sure like, yeah. So I love that call out, Allie.
Yeah.
Andre Okay, like I'm just in this season, I think I'm like trying to inch my way even to taking Andrea Barnes seriously. So like me even having something to say about her right now is funny to me because I have been paying her ass dust since the end of season 6, I think. Um but okay, but Andrea, can we talk about that we're more than boss employee and client lawyer. Then what the fuck are you, Andy? Like, girl, spit it.
What are
Like,
you?
the crazy thing is I get so annoyed with Andy, and yes, I call her a pygmisha because she is a pygmisha, but she's not one of the ones that I like hate so bad. It's just like, girl, I know this about you, whatever. But it's also like, spit it out. Like, at some point, I need you to really decide on what it is that you want and commit to it, because the way that you flutter back and forth, the moment that people pay you attention, it's just like, stand up. And that's crazy because I actually do want you with Robin because I feel like it's going to usher us into a new era with your character. But still, stand up. She is forever swooning under the the glassy eyes of some man, and I'm just like, girl. I don't know. I'm trying to respect Andy, and I'm still struggling because this is what you do. This is what you do. Why are we flirting
Yeah.
back? I did not want you to kiss me. Like, so then what is it that you want, Andrea? Quickly.
Yeah. She don't know.
You think she don't know?
I don't know. I'm not even struggling. I don't respect Indy. Like I don't even respect the chick. I just don't want people putting their hands on the woman.
Right.
Cause I'm like, you was just telling Jordan, Jordan, like what's going on and da da da. And not even a good 35 minutes later, you you said, Andy, please, baby, you are not Cinderella with no
At
damn
all.
lost glass slipper. Like the way Andy just throws herself into men, like you said, she is a pig. Andy is a pygmy chick. She's a pygmy chick with a high power job and money, which those probably the worst ones. But that's how she functions, and that's how she maneuvers through life. And I just want better for her at this moment and I think that's why I don't want her with Robin because it's like who's to say someone else started giving you attention, you gonna kick Robin to
Mm.
the curb?
Mm-hmm.
Like you two wish it like the fact that Andy does not respect her purse, and y'all know what I'm saying, because Andy will willingly open that pocketbook to the he like he got a nice body, he fine, pocketbook open. I'm gonna need you to close that pocketbook and to keep it closed. Just because Jordan is mad with you right now, and all this stuff going on, don't mean you open up that pocketbook to rob it, even though he done been in it already. Close it, just for the time being, sis. I know
Close
you gonna
it.
open it again, but just reserve it a little bit, Andy. Just a little bit. Gosh.
And also, like, sit with your damn feelings. If you are feeling attracted to Robin and you are happy that he's back, those are all very valid feelings that nobody is demonizing you for. But girl, get a journal. Get to talking to yourself and praying, doing something. Like, you cannot just continue to act off of all of these damn impulses that you feel. That's not how life
Yes.
works, especially when you're an adult. Did we miss anything with Andy, y'all?
Okay.
Andy and Mr.
No.
Robin, Mr. Save the Day, Mr. Coming in the Nick of Time. Yo, Robin thinks he Allie Nick.
Mm.
That's what that is. He think he Ali Nick.
And he always there, baby. In the nick of time, he is there. He busts in the interrogation room. He shows up at the penthouse at the right time. I said, stop it. Please.
Looking down at
Stop it,
everybody.
Robin.
It's also his height. I was just like, yeah. He looked down like,
Yeah, he
little
is.
boy.
Get the hell out of here before I get your badge. How about that? I said, okay. I like that.
Period.
And he squeeze that purse. Squeeze that purse.
Squeeze it.
Because
We
that probably
understand
would
it's
have broke me
hard,
too, sis.
but you
I
can do hard
understand. That
things,
would have
honey.
broke me too.
You can do hard things.
You're built for it. You built for it. Keep it strong. As somebody said in the comments, clink,
Clink,
clink. Oh, that's
clink.
Barbara. Barbara Owens. Clink, clink, baby. Clink, clink. Keep it together.
Yes, I love y'all. Make sure y'all liking the live for me, pretty please, if you in here enjoying the conversation. This is a good one. This episode might not have been given what needed to be gave, but we always gonna come with the conversation, okay?
Yeah.
So next. Your face is sending me. Oh my gosh. Do you know what I'm thinking about? Who I'm thinking about next?
I don't know who you think about, but I know who on my mind right now.
Okay,
That's why I
who's on
made the
your
face I
mind?
made.
Because that's what I think. Okay, let me see if I'm right. Daniela?
Oh, Fatima. Fatima and Zack.
Okay, let's go there. Okay, I thought you was talking about Danny.
But
Okay.
Daniela too. Oh, she pisses. They can be a cluster because they all about made me feel the same way.
We going to Fatima and Zack, y'all.
Maybe Zack. We're going to Fatima and Zack. Okay.
We didn't need Zack in this episode again.
I thought
yet another one.
We did not need Zack for nothing. We didn't need Zack for not a doggone thing in this episode. First of all, it was the why are you home so early for me? It was a lot of stuff for me, but that one took the cake because the moment he said that, I instantly thought about those women who let their men drop them off at work and the man have their car all day and don't go to not nan job. That's what popped in my head when he said that. What are you doing home so early? Why are you not doing anything, sir? The fact that this woman said she had to go take a bath before she got dinner ready. You've been home all day and because you cooked tacos that took 15 minutes to make for lunch, you think you've done something? Michael ain't ate yet.
Oh
What you
no,
gonna
but
feed him
Michael's
some damn
conveniently
chicken
at a
nuggets?
play date. Michael says his first
He had a
words in
play
his
date.
whole entire life at 4 years old, but he's at a play date on that day. Hours later.
To parents you just met. I said, if y'all didn't know what to do with Zach being a father, you shouldn't have made him one. You shouldn't have made him one because all the conveniences of he said his first words. No, wait, baby, what he said nuggets. I mean, it's it counts as two words because it's two syllables. It's one word, two syllables. It does not count as two. I said, what? I said, you. Oh, he's so dumb. He's so dumb. I said, get this man off my screen. What you mean it counts as two words because it's two syllables? You need to go join Michael in therapy because what? I can't. I can't. I can't, honey. I can't. So Michael is saying this. Oh, I can't believe that. Yeah. Okay.
I honestly didn't even
You're
hear
such a
that
good
because
dad.
once they got into their scene, I really
Oh,
tuned
girl.
out. I tuned out. I don't even know what was really being said or what was being done. All of this is news to me. But that's the key. Zack is dumb as hell. And honestly, like I'm just gonna give me a minute and a half, y'all, because it's pissing me off how true this is to life. That fine men get away with murder. They be running around with barely two brain cells bopping together in that big ass, empty ass head of theirs, and they get given opportunities and they get given relationships with dope ass women and they get given jobs and they continue to be giving all of these things and never work for anything and be dumb as a box of fucking rocks. And when I really think about it, I came into this series rooting for Zack, knowing I had dated one and knowing what that experience is like, and wanting so badly to watch the journey of him growing up, of him smartening up, of him toughening up, of him softening in ways of growing emotional intelligence, and it just never happens. And it never happens because they look good. It's wild. Y'all cannot tell me that there's no other reason why Zachary Taylor gets to be the dumbest man in this whole universe, the dumbest person in this whole universe, but consistently gets tons and tons and tons of screen time, and it's always being integrated into a damn storyline, and it don't have nothing to do with his looks. Okay.
No. And the bad part is DeVal Ellis is fine as hell. There is no argument there. But Zach's starting to be like you got a nice body, but kind of the same thing with Cheeto. People don't like to say, Gary fine. Gary may not be fine, but Cheeto fine as hell.
Cheeto is fine. Cheeto's fine.
And I understand because Gary, he's a character we really don't like that. But Zach is becoming that for me. DeVal is fine, but Zach, like the looks it's faded. It doesn't even matter anymore. It's like we're so far beyond that with this character. He just sits on his behind, and it's like all the goodness and mercy just come to him when he's not deserving of it. He does absolutely nothing. And okay. And maybe you can help me out. Maybe our family in the chat can help me out too. And maybe it's just my demographic because majority of my friends, I'm gonna say 95% of my friends with the men they have children with, like they're not with someone else. And the ones who are not with, like one of them, he's just a deadbeat. He has nothing to do with my friends' kids, and they have twin boys, and their father's not a part of their life. But for those who are active parents, and my friends have married, other people, they don't talk bad about the parent or the kids that's in the situation or whatever the case may be. And so for me, like when Fatima came in, when they got to the part about her, saying the things about Karen, and don't get me wrong, some of the things she was saying was accurate. Yes, Karen is pregnant with two babies who shared two different fathers. That is an accurate statement. And then when we get more into
it's
the
just
just
the
being
unnecessary
shady,
one.
yeah, and it's like, just being shady for no reason. And I'm like, you sitting here making all these jokes, but um Zach had sex with you, slid out of you, had sex with Karen later on that day, and a day and a half later he was sliding back up in you. So I'm gonna need you to pump your brakes before you decide to try to shame somebody.
And it's
I'm gonna
like
need you to think about
it's so
you.
interesting that we can literally look at her and like, yeah, she's having a baby by two different men, but your man stuck his penis in her while he was with you. Why
Okay.
do we ignore that? Like, I know we're gonna get to this when we talk to the whole Karen thing because she's spiraling behind the perception of everything, but she was just so very right because the men, nobody wants to tack anything onto the men's bill, but this is a two-person activity. She ain't impregnate herself.
You sure did.
So you got all the shade in the world for her, but your man that humped everything, including your ex-best friend. He probably would have smashed Angela. He just ain't have enough time. But Karen's the
Come
hoe?
on.
Fatima, please.
I said, baby, it's amazing how people love to rewrite history because if I remember correctly, when Zach brought his behind to the salon, Aaron was leaving. Karen told Aaron, I'm gonna see you later at home. That did something to Zach. Home. They go in that back. I love you, Karen. Ain't nobody else. I love more than you. I love you so much. You crying and all this stuff. And you get closer to her. She tells you, Zach, please don't. Because I'm already vulnerable. I'm horny. I ain't had none in a long time. And I know what it's like to be with you. So, Zach, no, please don't. You didn't care about that. You leaned in and kissed because you know there's a certain power that you still had over Karen, and which led to y'all having sex in that darn closet that produced a child. So it wasn't she was trying to do anything to get back with you, to get with you, nothing. You came to her and then lied and told Fatima something completely different as to how the situation happened. So when I think about that, I said, okay, Fatima, you trying to get your big one right now, trying to get your big one off, but you ain't funny, sis. Because deep down inside you hurt because you wanted to be you.
And that's the tea there. That's the tea there. Like if you still struggling with the idea of it, which is natural, you're gonna have feelings, cool, 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 fine. But you taking these goofy ass cheap shots just because you want to and say that you want to on a fucking random Tuesday, it makes you look whack. Just say that you feel away. We getting closer to the delivery date and I'm uncomfortable. That to me is strong. That is powerful. That speaks to something. This is some weak hoe stuff, honestly. You joking about her
Facts.
being pregnant by two different men is some weak hoe stuff.
Those are facts.
And prior to Ian, baby, I wouldn't put past you being in the same predicament had Ian not broke your ass down to the bare bones. And now all of a sudden you clinging to this man
Okay.
who is not equally yoked with you because he's your last chance of monogamy in any type of real relationship. Quiet as cap. If you was positioned between the man that you love that was trying to get it together or you hope got it together and a new man that was giving you everything that you wanted to, your ass would be double pregnant too, Fatima. Stop it. You are no different than her ass. And you damn sure not better. So stop it.
And since we're on that, you're not better. And I don't even know if we mentioned this part yet because my mind kind of all over the place. Writers, Jamie, what is your obsession? I'm believing you starting to have an obsession with Crystal, not even Fatima,
Ooh.
with Crystal, because the way y'all prop and prep and exalt Fatima is mind blowing to me. When when Robin said, "Oh, you're a top notch law
Law
student,"
student.
no, she's not. She's not top notch in nothing dealing with the law. She's failing, sir. She is failing. She is not top notch, and I'm tired of Fatima saying the most simple of things. And oh, you're so great at this, and stop doing that. It's pissing me now. That stuff right there pisses me off because no other character gets that.
No other character gets
No
it.
other character gets that.
None.
Please stop it.
You're a top
Oh, you're
notch
a top
law
notch,
student. She's
top notch
failing,
law
sir.
student.
And it's y'all's fault. So everybody who gets their asses in the comments, it's one test, Erica. Y'all ain't gonna never let this one test go. It's the one and only test they shown. So it's shown that was the most important narrative that we need to understand about that particular journey. If y'all want us to believe that she's passing, they need to tell us that she's passing, or they need to have her stop trying to fix all of Zach's problems and study. If we get to see Fatima study every single episode, I'll believe that her ass is passing. But until then, she's failing, sir.
She's failing, sir. She is failing. She is not top notch. And I
At
don't mean she's not even
all.
getting the C. She's getting D's as a law student. You think you're gonna get hired at that law firm? You're not. You're not. You
Child.
can't even. I said, and then Zach, well, you taught me affirmations and taught me to believe in myself. I said, go to hell and shut your ass up along the way. Because what y'all not gonna do, y'all not gonna keep playing in Karen's face as if Karen didn't give him money, provide shelter, take care of his family at times. Speak life into him. Let him know that he is indeed a good man. Now, when we came on the scene, Zach and Karen were already in a bad place after some of the things we saw in his relationship with Fatima. Y'all not gonna keep playing in this woman's face as if she never spoke life to Zach, as if she never encouraged Zach. And the way that Zach blamed this woman for his lack of doing something. Well, I told Karen I want to cut hair, but she didn't want me to work in her shop. Nigga, you ain't even got your barber's license. Why are we even having the conversation about you working in my salon, sir? You don't even have a license. How you gonna
Mm.
do that? And it amazes me with Fatima, the things that Zach tells her. You just, well, I wish Karen wish she was in my spot. What spot? You don't even realize this, girl. What spot? and all this
What
stuff
the
that's going,
quiet part that
what
you
you
not
not gonna
saying,
do.
Fatima, because you like to say a bunch of that you're not actually thinking to try to hide from what you're actually thinking, is that you wish that you was in Karen's spot, honestly,
Yes.
because you want the baby.
You want the baby.
You might have the man
And I
right
know for
now
those
who's
was,
not cheating
well,
on
Fatima
you.
pregnant. Okay.
You might have the man right now who's not cheating on you, but that's quite literally the only difference between the Zach that you got and the Zach that she had.
That's it. That's it. Because Zach has called you, and the fact that they keep you, well, you know, but she or Karen was calling me out my name for no reason, and Zach hasn't called you a B word a few times. And if I remember correctly, he called your mama one too. He called your mama one too. But we wanna get on Karen for calling you a hoe and a beat arch. But we gonna let Zach pass for calling you that to your face. Girl, go to hell, Fatima. And you know, the more I look at Fatima, and I know we're gonna get some comments when I go back and view this live, and I don't care. But and I said this, Fatima is the biggest bird of them.
She is.
She really is, because
She
the more
is.
I heard her even talk in this episode, my mind went back to Zatima when she told Angela, you know, well, you can't really say nothing about my situation because at least I mean I do have a man. Girl, you got a what? You have a body with a penis that happens to be XY chromosome. I'm gonna need you. You don't have what you think you have, Fatima. Because truth of the matter is, you're not who you think you are. That's the
Mm-hmm.
problem.
Mm-hmm.
You're not who you think you are, ma'am. I said I'm gonna just need y'all to stop with this elevation of she's so good and she's so this when she's not. She's an average. Hell, she ain't even average. She's a D student. And to the person, I know you talked on a little bit. The person that came on Erica Live trying to tell us about how we need to stop saying that it was only been one test, but she's failed one test. She ain't passed not one. So until that balance out, she's failing. I
Period.
said no, they not trying to correct us. It's only been one test. Y'all just gonna keep harping on one test. Yep, until it's two. Until she's
They
passed
keep
and
harping on how
she gonna be
top notch crackerjack she is. Well, we got evidence of the contrary. So if they can harp on lies, we can harp
okay.
on truth.
We gonna harp on it too. Make no darn
Oh,
sense.
I love it here. I love it here. Somebody said we didn't talk about what Andi, her calling the girls over and it was such an emergency only to say he tried to kiss me. Y'all right, we didn't talk about it because Andi, what the hell? I wish the hell you would call me over there for this.
I wanted Danny to have that same energy when Karen called them over to tell what she was telling them that she was having twins, whatever her news was about
Uh-huh.
babies, and she came the girls over because she wanted to tell them. And Danny has such this disposition of herself as to, girl, you could have just you didn't have to be over here. You could have just texted us. Andy could have texted y'all for that. Why the hell you came
Mm-hmm.
over here? And then I'm pregnant. Not me. I'm talking about Karen.
Yeah,
Karen
Karen.
pregnant. You got Danny over here. You got Sabrina over here. You got a nerve to have this sweet tea in this picture, and you ain't pouring out nobody not nan damn cup. Oh, I'm mad at you. I would have took that whole picture as I walked out the door. I'm leaving here with something, in the words of Denzel Washington. I'm leaving here with something. You not call me over here. You ain't got
Rushed.
food.
Called us
You
over
got
here.
drinks.
Rushed us over here. Sit
Ain't
down,
pour me
sit down, sit
nothing.
down. Ain't offered no type of hospitalities. And then rushed us out. Cause Hudson was calling. Child.
And I was a bit confused, Erica, because help me, maybe I turned my head because she's telling the girls that Robin tried to kiss her. Did she not try to kiss him?
I thought it
How
was
was that? Maybe I need
mutual.
to go look at that scene again.
It looked mutual to
Okay.
me, but
Okay, I'll go with mutual. I'll go, but the way he tried to kiss me, I say, come on.
it
Y'all
did
tried to
feel
kiss
like
each other.
Robin. It felt like Robin was leaning into what he felt like she was putting out there. That's what it felt like.
Okay. Okay.
So if I had to say who initiated it, I would say that Robin, I felt like was following Andy's lead.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go look at that one again.
Her saying he just tried to kiss her and she was just standing there, girl, by. Because you have to go up on your tippy toes and your ass was rising. Stop it.
Because I'm like, that's the way she did. 'Cause he tried to kiss me. Because to me, when you tell somebody, if I'm like Erica, girl, I went with my homeboy, and he tried to kiss me, I would think the picture in your mind would be Allie was chilling, and old dude is leaned in and trying to like. That's what I would get from it. And that's not what it was. It could be like we were leaning in, but excuse me, we caught ourselves
Yeah.
before
We
anything
almost
happened.
kissed.
Like,
I
yeah,
almost kissed Robin.
yeah. Let me tell you something. If one of my homegirls called me over to tell me she almost kissed somebody, honey, first of all, they would never do that. But just in
Period.
case somebody got bold enough and did it, you almost not you ain't almost have sex. You almost kissed them.
Mm-mm.
You owe me dinner and gas.
Period.
Period. You
Period.
owe me dinner and gas, honey. For a kiss, we're not in high school. That's something you call girl. Such came over. 2 minute conversation. 2 minute conversation. But that was interesting in itself. That
Yeah.
whole situation. And then when they found when she was like, Fatima's coming over. Oh, does that bother you? Like, it's cool, ain't about me, it's about you. Then when Fatima's not coming, dang, I bet Zach clapping them cheeks. I said, Danny,
Danny, I'm
really?
just she
I'm so sick of Danny.
I don't know how they're still her friend. I don't understand it. I really don't.
I know. And I could be over the man, over the situation, but don't disrespect me about it either.
Yeah. Because there's not enough
Don't do
Mindy
that
jokes for me being thrown around. If this is what we doing, if this is what our friendship look like, there's not enough Mindy jokes being thrown around.
at all.
Nobody ever brings
At
up
all.
Danny's stuff except for the intervention that they tried to have, rightfully so. If anybody was to bring up Danny in joking conversation in just how she tries to portray it, it would be, oh, y'all are judging me and oh, you just think y'all better than me. But you get to hurl every little insult and little jab.
Yep.
I wish Sabrina wasn't a pacifist and wasn't so goddamn passive aggressive. Because maybe
Mhm.
I would be okay if one of them whooped Daniela's ass. And I don't think that Karen gonna do it. And I could do it. And I don't think that Andi can do it. I feel like Sabrina could go with it, but Sabrina gives, she don't fight. Daniela is the
Mhm.
type of friend that needs
Mhm.
her ass beat one time for me to stay your friend.
That's true.
She takes too many liberties. Like, she
She
don't give a
does.
fuck.
And that's the key. She really doesn't. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. It is what it is, but y'all bet not say nothing. They don't care what comes out of her mouth at all, and who it affects, who it hurts. And to me, that says a hell of a lot.
Yeah, it does.
She really don't. She really don't give a f.
Okay, so we going to Danny next then.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get to that trick.
Because that trick is literally the prototype for what I'm talking about when I say that they have all of this great rhetoric that speaks to the real struggles of women, and they've given them to Daniela, who has not struggled in those areas at all. And then she gets to weaponize all of this therapy language against this man who was actually a good man, using it to penalize him for the men before him did. And then we just supposed to act like it's okay, and he don't get to say nothing. None of his points get to stick and actually matter. Nothing that he actually points out is actually valid and non-critical or judgmental of her. Only her word is law. You ain't Yo Gotti, bitch. Like, I just she's like Daniela. And I think that's why Aunt Andi picked Misha ways and Fatima low-key picked Misha ways. They skirt under the radar a little bit because I feel like Danny is actually the worst type of woman in this show.
Agree.
Most dangerous for sure.
I agree.
This man, but I actually wrote down what the hell she said. She said, I have had a lifetime of men trying to strip me of the ability to be me. When did he start to do that? Is the stripping of your autonomy in the room with us?
No, absolutely not. I was like, what? I Danny is such a exhausting character for me because now all of a sudden, so many men have tried to change me, and I just want to be me. I can't remember the specific episode, but I believe it was the first season, and I think it was either the first or second date she had with Preston, and she sat at her table and she began to cry because he was like, you want me to go back and forth with you. He said, but I'm not gonna do that. Like I'm not gonna go there with you. And Danny began to cry and talk about how there are certain things about herself that she's changing or that need to be changed, but she never specifically stated what those things were. And I was desiring for to just know what's one of them. What's one thing you feel you need to change about yourself because you're having a moment, and that was the first time I saw the character of Danny have an emotional moment, and I
Mm.
felt it, and it felt sincere. But it's like you don't stick to that. You know there are things that you need to change about yourself, but you won't do them. You don't specifically address what they are, and then when you have people in your life who can see beyond the BS and call you out on it, you instantly go for the judgment word, so nothing ever gets accomplished in your life and you stay stuck. And I know, like I said, there was a lot of people on the fence about, was Tony right for what he did as far as enrolling her in this program. And my thing was, even, and I can understand if Danny didn't like it. However, the way that she went about it, this ain't some random dude. This is your man. So you know he has your best interest in heart. Even if you did not agree with what he did, there is a way in which you can express that where it doesn't feel like you are shaming him, coming down on him, or disrespecting the man in him. Because obviously you stuck in life. What is it that you honestly want to do? Because we don't know. And even if he felt this could have been a jump start to maybe you trying to, find that thing that you're passionate about. And if you didn't feel that way, you could have just said, babe, you know what? I appreciate what you were trying to do, but that's just not something I'm interested in. Not, oh, you trying to change me. Why don't you go find that itch? Sorry, I was like, what is happening? And then you ain't got many more times to talk about my kids.
Before we go there, because that's a whole other big thing. But what
Hmm.
came up to me very shortly after those stupid words fell out of her mouth in reference to the ability, like the ability of her to be her. Not that I don't believe that doesn't happen, because it definitely happens to women. We have to be what other people wants, what society wants, what our mama want, what our daddy want, what our men want, what our kids want. We gotta be what everybody want before we become what we want. I understand that. However, my follow up question, because clearly I'm just having a bunch of follow up questions tonight. Daniela, at what point did you decide that you are mediocrity? That you are a black woman in a dead end job, miserable in this job, and deciding never to do anything else about it? No food in the fridge, just alcohol, puffing on a weed pen, completely inconsiderate and dissociated within her friendships. When did you decide that that is actually who you are? Because if we want to unpack the shit that you just said, basically you're mad at this man because he believes that there's more to you than that, and you're fighting for the idea, or for the ability to be that. You're fighting for the idea to be a bum bitch.
Ooh,
Like fighting
that's a
for it.
word there.
Fighting for it. So my question is, when did you decide that that is who you are? And then why is everybody wrong if we assumed that that's not who you are or who you wanted to be? Because most people with more than 3 brain cells don't actually want to be that. They could be stuck. They could be frustrated. They could be depressed. But the fact that you literally made the statement of you spending so much time in your life fighting for the ability to be her, and then when you look at the woman that she is, are you sure that this is really you? If it is, fine. But then you got even bigger fish to fry, honey. If this is really who you are.
That's a fact. Ooh, that was a word, Erica. That was a word.
I thought that the language, the dialogue was brilliant. I hated that it was given to Danny for this particular circumstance.
Yeah,
It don't fit. And it's
yeah.
wild. Like you're really fighting to be a terrible individual. Tooth and nail. Like you might as well go ahead and try to you're calling yourself Batman and Tony is the goddamn Joker. What?
Yeah,
Also that you can maintain misery. This shit is mind-boggling.
it is. It is. And in the way that they do it, oh, let's wrap it up with this pretty bow and make it a sexual thing now. And I knew it was going in that direction because that's the only direction they have to go. It is going that way. And as I was watching it, I became more irritated because number one, I'm like, Tony, you have a managerial position in this airport and you are acting inappropriate to a subordinate in front of customers and other employees. Do you not want your job? Because you can get fired too. And it was the look that Danny gave after he left when she recognized that the other employees were looking at them. I said, well, maybe there's going to be a story there because why are y'all doing this out in the open?
Mm-hmm.
You are literally behind this woman with your penis on her back, and you have a whole office, and it's not like y'all never utilized it before.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just being it, like it seems too much like it's just at some point I'm like y'all have sex and y'all in the office at work more than at the house.
Mm-hmm.
All y'all rich, you trying to come to the bank to get a happy ending, you coming to where she coming into your office, Danny, get a happy ending. Enough of this. Like we have seen these women have enough sex. We do not need to see any more sex happen. We just don't. For what?
And, and I'm just gonna slide this in here because again, it's just touch upon the writing and how harmful it is. Because I'm even thinking about Danny, like, yes, going to this trivial place with sex because that's gonna fix everything. That just seems to fix everything in this goddamn world. But Danny is saying the words that she's saying. How many people? I'm not even just gonna say specifically men, but how many people are gonna hear a woman articulate something like that and it be real for them, but they're not gonna take it seriously because they saw it this way?
Yeah.
How many women are probably gonna gaslight them damn selves?
Thanks.
Whether right or wrong.
Thanks.
Like
Yeah. Yeah. And that's to me, that's the power and the detriment of the ability to write. Because I personally believe in your writing, in your storytelling, you have a responsibility
mm-hmm.
in that. You could present the problem, you could present the conflict, but there is because I feel like for me, whenever I write something, all of my stuff have the pillars of truth, transparency, love, and forgiveness. Every story I write have those elements in it because I believe we're all flawed. We all do things that may hurt someone that we may need forgiveness with, that we need to be transparent about. This is the reason why I responded in this way. It had nothing to do with you. However, it's what I'm dealing with and what I'm refusing to accept about myself or whatever it is. And we're dealing with women who are knocking on 40's door and we see them act in the way that they act. And it's not like, can we please have at least one character? Like to have these women to not have one person married, one person in a thriving, healthy, not to appear healthy, but in a healthy relationship and a beneficial relationship. Out of these women, now five, including Fatima, we don't have that at all. And the one man who can give this, y'all don't want to give him no screen time. We are
No
literally on episode.
screen
This is episode
time.
7. Episode 7. We have not seen Aaron at all.
Where is Aaron? Like
That
enough,
bothers me so
enough.
badly.
The fact that we don't have no Aaron in season 8 yet is what are y'all doing over there?
Yes. And I've heard all well he's supposed to be I know he is in season 8 because I know he
Yeah,
filmed.
he is.
He's
He
in
is.
season 8. He's supposed to have more of a permanent role in Karen's life. When it needs to be now because I'm tired.
We're weary.
I'm tired of it. I'm yes, Lord. I need to see it. And I think also going back to your point, as a black woman watching certain shows, that is something I need to see. That is
Mm-hmm.
something that I desire to see. I look going back to I just used girlfriends since we were talking about it. We were able to see the elevation or the evolution of the character of Darnell. We were able to see that. We were able to see the evolution of excuse me of Tony. We were able to see the evolution of all of these women go from when we were first introduced to them, and then when they either left the show or when the show ended, where they were at that point. To
Mm-hmm.
go from these immature people who they had their careers, but still had some growing up to do, and to see them maneuver and distance themselves, and then come back together and deal with whatever they needed to deal with. It was a beautiful experience.
Mm-hmm.
Girlfriends to me was a beautiful experience, a wonderful journey. And then when I look at Sisters and I'm looking at these women, and as we stated several times on this live, it's not that they don't have the ingredients to be that. The writers just miss it almost every time. And when they do make a slam dunk, it's few far and in between.
Because it's seemingly also feeling like it's on purpose at this point. The misses are
Yes,
feeling purposeful.
it's definitely.
Daniela is a joke who's not funny. I don't take nothing that she says seriously. I'm damn sure not taking the spiral out that she got next episode seriously. This girl, you're full of like. What I also feel like, if you go and tell a story of a non-ambitious woman, I'm not even shading the non-ambitious women, the women who are finding mediocrity and who have settled, because that is a very real thing. But again,
Hmm.
tell that damn story, because I think there's something to be said about a woman wanting a man to come down to a lower version of himself, a lower representation of himself, not behave in the ways that he would want to behave within a relationship, to meet her at the lesser version of her damn self. The same way that I got a problem with men requiring women to dim their lights to be in a relationship with them, I got a problem with men having to do it. Y'all asses are not equally yoked. And whether you like riding this man or not, you need to release him, because you think that he's here to just be who you want him to be, but he can't ask you to be who he believes you could be. But you the only one here that's fighting demons of somebody wanting you to be something that you're not. You want him to
Yeah,
be a bum nigga so bad. And he not. Like, Daniela, please.
yeah. That's why I said, Tony, baby, I'm looking out for you. I want you to go. I want you to go because this is not where you want to be, baby.
At all.
This ain't where you want to be. She is not it.
And
She's just
he's
not
actually
it.
tried to
I just
concede.
can't get
Like, he's
over.
grown so
Yeah,
far, because he's like shifted out of that like toxic stuff that he was a little bit more heavily in at the beginning. He's now at the point where he's just conceding to pretty much everything that she says. And it's sad, because for one thing, it's like, okay, I appreciate the empathy and the patience in trying to make it work with this woman and that effort. I appreciate that. But you don't even realize this woman is dragging your ass backwards. So while I said the growth, it's actually not growth forward, it's regression.
yeah, I agree. And then I just think about because I was thinking about it today before the episode aired. I did see like the preview or whatever, and I was like, it's starting to make me look at Tony sideways because I don't care how much you love this woman, whatever. Nip that thing in the bud about this girl, this woman continue to make little sly remarks about your children. Because that's gonna be a problem. It already is a problem, but it's gonna become a bigger problem. Because there is no I
Mm-hmm.
don't care what we got going on. My children, no ma'am. Not at all. And she done made way too many for my liking.
It's like you don't like my kids, so then we can end this now. You don't even accept
Period.
the apology that was had. You don't accept the changed behavior the kids have shown. This is all you have to say and speak to about my kids. Why am I here? And I don't even have kids, and that's how I feel.
There'll be no conversation. They're mine. And the woman,
Child.
what she call her, GI something. That's my ex wife. That's
G.I.
it's not a baby
Janiqua,
mom.
that sent me. That was funny.
GI Janiqua, that's what it
That was
was.
funny.
It was funny. It definitely was funny. I showed chuckle too when I heard it. But I was like, that's because at the end of the day, you're not his family. That's his family. They may not be
Mm.
together in a romantic way. That's his family. And you, my good sis, there's just certain things I don't play about. Like we can be cool because and I've dated men with children, and I'm respectful of the mothers because that's the mother of your child.
Mm-hmm.
I have the respect for her because she birthed your children. And, we ain't got no beef or no stuff like that. It's just like, but I could never even think because the person I'm thinking about, he's such an amazing father. He's such a good dad. If I ever said anything about his kids, it wouldn't be a good day. It just wouldn't be a good day. And
Yeah.
that's how I look at it. Like nobody should be comfortable saying slick stuff about your children, especially a woman you only been dating for three and a
And
half
then you
months, 4
going
months.
out your way to continue to make them comfortable.
Correct.
This is giving Sabrina with Rich. Like you just Sabrina in male. Because what the fuck you mean? We just going on with the conversation back to focus on whatever the hell her problem is. I got a problem. Skirt.
Hmm.
My what? What are you calling my kids other than their God given names?
Okay. Okay. That's what I thought.
At this point, why, Sabrina,
That's
did
what
you
I
fall
thought.
for Rich? Why couldn't you have just fallen for Tony and we would be not having this problem right now? We quite literally
Yes.
wouldn't be having these problems. Anywho, well, is that it? Are we finished and we done?
Um, I can't think of nothing else. Yeah, guys, are we done?
Oh, girl, how we gonna
Or did we
forget our
forget?
girl? We forgot our girl. They giving her the most weakest of
Oh,
weakest of
Karen,
weakest of weakest.
girl.
I'll tell you this. I did not need Pam to recap for Mama Karen how Miss Marie got there. They waste so much time on this show and rehash. Why do we need Pam to give the playback? I mean the play by play to Miss Lisa.
Why did we need to know Miss Lisa was? I mean, Miss Marie was in a girls group in the '90s that went solo and had created her own record label and got $1 billion. I said, get the hell out of here. Y'all could have made Miss Marie be anything. Y'all made her an R&B singer in the '90s.
They
Okay,
made her Candace Burris and then put a billion instead of a million.
that's all that was. It's money making Monday. In the words of Candy, it's money making Monday. That's exactly what they did. I said, okay,
Child.
okay, but
Honestly,
yeah,
I gotta go
we
back
didn't
and
need none of
rewatch it
that.
because I kind of like tuned out a little bit after that, and I was trying to listen to Karen, but then she was going on and on and on about how people perceive her, and I'm like, girl, you surrounded by a bunch of bums and dusties. Who gives a what these people think? And I know it makes sense because words hurt, and I get it, but like. I don't know. Miss Lisa don't be giving for me no more, so I really just kind of tuned out. So I honestly don't even know what the full scope of that conversation was, other than Mom, they're talking about me. I'm gonna always be the hoe.
That's pretty much what it was. Miss Lisa, they have lost, as they say. What's the saying? They have lost
The plot. They lost the
the
plot.
plot. They have lost the plot, baby, with Miss Lisa. Because now they starting to have Miss Lisa act dumb. What?
Mm-hmm.
Why would he think that? Why did she say that? I said, no, we not. Y'all not finna do
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Harry Belafonte daughter like this. Y'all not about to do this. What's her real name? I forget her real name.
Sorry.
Y'all not about to do this. Shari, that I'm gonna call her Sherry. You are not gonna do Shari like this. This is a legend. You're not gonna do her like this. I said, I
Well,
can't. But that's pretty much what the conversation was. When we walk into a room and all eyes gonna be on us, girl, don't nobody know them kids got two different daddies.
At all.
They gonna be with you. Like I understand the feeling of this and the weirdness of it and how it happened. Like I get that. Like her mom told her, it doesn't matter how your children came about. They're gonna be yours, and they're gonna love you, and you're gonna love them. Like that's what matters. So I get Karen's um sentiment, but it's like we're baby girl, you finna pop out these kids. You done already dealt with this emotion months ago. Y'all have given the best performer on this show literally legit the weakest
Mm-hmm.
story. Like y'all are not using her. That's why I'm so happy for Ebony on the personal side of Ebony of City and not,
Mm-hmm.
her in Sisters world, but so happy for what's happening in her real life in this moment. And I'm like, I pray she enjoys this moment and she
Yeah.
gets all the accolades and she gets all the things because she deserves all the things that's happening to her right now. Because the way they treat her
Mm-hmm.
in Sisters,
They are. They
I'm so
trying
happy for what
hard.
she's getting. They trying the hell out of her right now. They trying the hell out of her. Not giving her jack, not giving her nothing. And then when I look at, and I said this before, and I look at Fatima, it's just like at this. I was talking to my mom about it the other day, and I said, honestly, I said at this point, I said I'm getting sick of Fatima's character because what the hell is she doing?
Mm-hmm.
Like at this point, she's doing the same. Excuse me, she's doing the same things. Like I want to see her character. If you're gonna be on the show, and I read some of the synopsis, and I'm like, okay, it's like I thought. She ain't doing jack. This
Mm-hmm.
character is not about to get stretched. This character is not gonna be putting on performances. We know that KJ gonna cry to drop of a dime. We know that Novi can cry to drop of a dime. We know all of them can. Every last one of them can. Karen, Ebony, all of them. We've seen these characters. I've seen Fatima do one serious moment that I can remember, and that was on Zatima when she had the conversation with Ian
Mm-hmm.
and reliving that
Mm-hmm.
abortion and what she went through and how she felt. That was the only time I remember her actually crying on screen out of all the seasons she'd been on. That one time, enough. Give the cat like at this point, I need more. I've been needing more
Yeah.
because the whole, can I have my gun back? Can I like it's played? Give the character more. Zach, give DeVal more because I don't know why he's there at the
Mm-hmm.
current moment.
Otherwise. Yep. Yeah. Literally that. So I don't watch a ton of like contemporary soap operas, but even when I think about Sisters being in the genre of like a soap opera, primetime soap opera versus an actual primetime drama, I feel like they're not even hitting the mark in reference to the soap opera because the soap operas that I recall had some depth to it. Like these people were going there with their feelings wise. Like they were put in the circumstances that were stressful as everything gives not so damn serious and like oh Sykes for funds reverse Uno card like that
Mhm.
it doesn't even give soap opera to me at this point. Like the only thing that gives soap opera is like the like how they go to commercial like the staring off and that's it. But the actual substance of the script doesn't even feel like soapy either. Am I wrong or am I tripping?
Oh, you are not wrong, and I hate the fact that that's what the show is as far as like the demographics is a soap opera. I'm so glad a black soap opera is coming out because to everybody who want to come and jump down my throat about when I say I don't care what they label this show as, this ain't no damn soap opera. I know what a soap opera is, and now we get in a black soap opera, and let's compare and contrast when it airs, so you can
Mm,
see exactly what a black soap opera looks like in comparison to Sisters. A soap opera is not a dramedy.
no.
This is not a soap opera. A soap opera is straight drama. You
Mm-hmm.
have moments where you make kiki every blue moon, but it is straight drama, narrative, and story. Period. This Sisters is not. I don't even. Sisters is not a soap opera in my opinion. I know that's what Tyler said it is, and so on and so forth. But no, it's just like he just pulled it out of his behind. We just gonna
Mm-hmm.
label it a soap opera. Um, No,
Right.
no, that's not how that works. Mm-mm.
Well, y'all, that is the full scope of us unpacking this episode.
Yes,
Read the comments. Only no different than a woman falling for potential. Mm-hmm.
that's a
Say it.
fact.
Say it. This has all been in one day, ladies. So Aaron wasn't there that day. It's been maybe 2 days, but I think that all 7 episodes has been the same day. That's why we haven't seen him. No, the 7. Oh yeah, they have been one day, huh? Because it started
It's
like
been one
early
day,
in the
but I'm going.
morning.
But we ain't seen Aaron since the baby shower though.
Right, we haven't seen Aaron since the baby shower.
That's the last time we seen him, and then he didn't even make an exit. They went to commercial, came back. That man was gone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, y'all ain't even send him off right.
Exactly, but yet
Like
Rich and
literally, y'all
Tony,
didn't send him.
Rich can stand there and be worried about freaking frack. Like, you mean to tell me that freaking frack is gonna be worried about Danny and Sabrina, but Aaron wouldn't have stayed and been worried about Karen?
Okay.
Child.
And that's the
It,
thing that go back to the right. You have people who don't like Aaron, and that's fine. But one thing they cannot say is that he does not genuinely love Karen. You
that
don't have to
part.
like him, but you can't say he don't genuinely love her and has shown that.
That part. They
These
done,
two, especially Rich, man, please.
child, they downplay everybody's role except for Zatima. Period. Period. All right, y'all. If you're just popping in, hit that like button and scroll to the beginning and catch the replay because this was a good episode tonight. Not of the show, of this podcast.
That's hilarious. Truthful, yet hilarious.
This live after show, it was really good. I think we unpacked a lot of things and it flowed. Like, yeah, I
I
enjoyed this
believe so.
episode
I
tonight.
believe as well.
Ellie, what you
I
got
believe as
coming up
well.
next?
Y'all forgive me because I didn't put out not one episode of nothing, no video last week. My apologies. That's gonna change. I needed rest.
And I'm
I
glad
really
you took
did.
it from me.
I needed rest. I was telling Erica what was going on. I may do a story time and share what was going on because we all have stuff going on in our lives. But I'm gonna, I'm gonna have my reviews and stuff out for this. I got a lot to say. I got a lot to say about this episode and even the synopsis that I've read. So just those sisters, excuse me, those sister synopses and other little things that I'm watching that I want to let people know about these other black shows that are out that are great shows.
Mm-hmm.
And I want us to support them as much as people support Tyler Perry. And it could just be we just don't know they're out there. So the stuff
Mm-hmm.
that I know I watch, which I catch them few far and in between because I don't watch a lot of TV like that. But I do want to talk about them and bring more attention to them. And but yeah, y'all will see the videos when they drop
So be on the
starting
lookout.
tomorrow.
Be on the lookout. Um,
What you got? I need to catch up with your stuff because you have put out a whole lot of
child,
videos and I haven't watched anything yet. So I'm definitely gonna check those out too.
child, I have been trying my best, trying my best. Well, first and foremost, y'all, I got this notice in my YouTube studio the other day, and I haven't publicly talked about it, but I reached 10 million views on the channel. So shout out to y'all. Over the course of the whole
Congrats.
lifetime of the channel, I have amassed apparently 10 million views. And I'm like, wow, that's really cool. So thank everybody for watching, for being here. The channel has grown so much. I really, really
Yes.
appreciate y'all. I am trying my best and doing my best. And it's really good that they have little things like that to like show us benchmarks because sometimes you could be in the thick of it
Mhm.
and not really
Mhm.
believe that you're doing anything. And I lie to myself and tell myself that all the time. So that is something. Again, thank y'all for being here. Thank you for every single watch that y'all give me, every single view, every single video that you check out. I have dropped a lot. So I dropped all the Queensman synopsis breakdowns, trailer breakdown, because that is returning today. It is now midnight here again
Oh
on the East Coast. So that drops today. Yes.
my God.
Uh-huh. So I will be doing breakdown videos for that. Of course, I'll do a sister. I already did my sister's breakdown video, y'all. That's kind of why we was late to the live because I was recording that in my preview. So y'all have that. I do have a bunch of other sisters videos that I am going to be putting out. I did recently just drop a bunch of synopsis videos for sisters and then subject videos. So I'm trying to get back into the place of posting new videos every single day. We're covering all the Queen's Men. We're covering sisters. I do have a couple of Zatima videos for subject things that are going to roll out probably this weekend. So it's going to be a ton of content. I really, really appreciate y'all being here, and I appreciate the lull times where there's so many people like, you ain't posting anything, but I just want to make sure you're okay. I just really, really appreciate the community that has been cultivated and a lot of the connections and conversations that we've been able to have. I love y'all, and I really, 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 really appreciate y'all. Stay with me, more and more and more to come, for sure. And I hope
Yeah.
everybody has an amazing holiday, whether you choose to celebrate or you do not. I personally don't acknowledge that day as we have been taught it in respect for the indigenous people of this land. However, I am currently in my hometown and I will be going around to houses and seeing family and doing all of the things. So I get it. And I want to wish you guys a happy holiday season all across the board. Um, yeah, those are my little updates.
Yeah. And I do want to say this real quick. So I also want to let those people know this applies to you. I definitely pray for people during this time, for those that have seasonal depression, who have lost
Mm-hmm.
family members, friends along the way, those who have relocated and they really don't, have a community or have a village. I do pray that you feel loved. Know that you're loved. I pray that you feel um just consume with happiness, whatever your tomorrow looks like. I pray that you are abounded by love, joy, and peace, and feel complete and whole during this time. And I know it could be a sad time when you're reminiscing, but when you have those memories, just try to be joyful and try to think of all the good times that you
Mm-hmm.
shared with those who may no longer be here. So I always try to make sure I say that because I know some people have expressed to me, lost a parent, and things of that nature. So just know that I'm always praying. I don't know everybody's real name because I know some of these names on here ain't your
Yeah.
real name, but God know your real name. So
Yeah.
when I call you out and I pray for you, He know who you are, and so
Mm-hmm.
I sincerely pray that for people, and that weight and whatever burden that you're experiencing is lifted off of you so that you can feel free in these moments. So I pray that for you guys.
Yeah, yeah. And I low key feel like part of what is like giving me a little bit more motivation is like knowing that's where we're at, we're in the thick of it. And I think about often how many people might use my videos as a part of their day as distraction or escape. And I'm like, oh, I need to show up for that person, especially now. So yeah, everything that Ali said,
Yeah.
times two. Y'all enjoy the day. I don't think I'm gonna be going live to talk about all the Queen's Men this week, but I will next week. I gotta figure out what that's gonna look like. 'Cause I definitely want to do all the
I think
Queen's
I
Men
might
lives.
review that. I think I might start to review it, Erica.
You
I
should.
think I might start reviewing all the Queen's Men. I think I might.
I'm excited for this season. It looked like it's about
I
to be
think I
good. The
might.
concierge is back. Thank God.
It does. Baby Christian Keys, baby. Another light bright.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be the roles for me because when I see him regularly, I'm just like, are you all right? But it'd be the roles often that I'm just like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I vibe with him. Yeah,
He got the low cut seasons with the deep waves.
that's because
The
your
low
type is
cut
the light
seasons with the
skins.
deep. Girl, he fine.
But yeah, y'all. So all the Queen's Men content on the channel, sisters, and also I'm about to do like a from. I want to do a from live for the end of the season, which just happened last week. That show is so great. Oh my god, it's so great. And I'm actually going to be retroactively going back and reviewing it from the beginning, episode by episode, because we got the finale for season 3 was just so brilliant and so good. And I've been wanting to talk about this show for so long, but I just haven't. So if you like the show from, that is coming to the channel. It won't be next week, but probably the week after is when I want to start that. So yeah, that's what y'all can expect so
Why I feel what? I've never heard of the show.
far. From? It's okay. So
What?
merch from The Best Man. He is the lead,
Yes.
and
Really?
yes, and he's so brilliant. He is so brilliant. It's from the creators of Lost, and it's basically about these people who get stuck in this town that's plagued by monsters, and the monsters look like humans until you get up close to them, and then they try to kill you, but they only come out at night. And
Hmm.
they have to basically, these humans have to survive in this place, and they don't know how they got there. Everybody came from different places at various times, and they run into this tree
Okay.
in the road, and that tree in the road signifies that you're now in the town. And then once you're in, you can't even turn around and leave because you're just gonna be doing circles or whatever, and it just kind of like explodes from there. It is a
Mm,
brilliant show. It is so good. And
mm,
the season 3 finale was on Sunday, and they just did such a beautiful job. I don't want to tell you anything else because it would be giving away plot points if you were to choose
okay,
to
I
watch it.
see.
But
I see.
yeah.
I be missing so much stuff, y'all. Oh God. Cause somebody said, "Are you doing cross?" I ain't seen that either.
I'm doing cross, but I'm just behind. So like I recorded my first 2 reviews across. I'm on episode 3, and I haven't watched 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9. 8. It's only 8 episodes. So I have them, but I kind of wanted to drop all of my cross reviews at the once. But maybe y'all just want the 2 that I got in the chamber already. Because that's also a really good show. And the T is I try to watch and then record, especially when they drop a whole season. It's overwhelming for me because I don't want to watch the whole season, especially when I'm doing episode by episode reviews, because I feel like I'm going to be like bleeding things over and not be able to differentiate. So then that's what really has stopped me with Cross, is like not being able to review right after, and it's taking a little bit longer. So yeah, I will be doing Cross. Allie, I think that you will like it if you start watching it. That's a whole other type of show though.
Okay.
Aldous is
Okay.
brilliant in it. And the little Old Spice man, oh my god. That man is so fine. Ooh,
The black dude.
yes.
Oh, he in it too. He is an actor. I seen
Yeah.
he was on a Tyler Perry show, a movie a while ago. Okay, yeah, yeah,
He don't even look like who he
yeah.
that
Okay, I'm
man.
about to check this out.
But that one's on Amazon Prime. From is on
Okay.
MGM Plus. That's probably also why you haven't watched it, because it's on another streamer. Like MGM Plus, not many people really know about it, but they are silently doing a really great job with content. Um, and a lot of people aren't
Okay.
necessarily talking about them. Good night, Vaughn. Feel better. Happy holidays.
Good night.
Ain't no
Yeah, we feel
well.
better,
Good night,
Vaughn.
boo. Yeah, I feel so y'all
Yes.
midweek.
Love
Yes.
y'all too. Love y'all.
Review cross too. Okay, I got y'all. I'm gonna drop them. I get in my head often, y'all. So I appreciate y'all for pulling me out. Allie, thank you so much. I'm sorry we went over on the time. Hopefully,
That's good. That's good.
okay.
We good. We good. I enjoy myself. I
Yes.
enjoy myself immensely. Yeah,
Yes.
big difference from last week. Because last week, y'all, I ain't gonna even hold y'all. I'm surprised I was able to say what I said on the live because I slept through the entire episode last week. There was nobody but God giving me the strength to say whatever I said on. I don't even know what the hell I said on the live last week, but
I don't
obviously it
remember
worked.
what I said
So
either, honestly.
because baby, I ain't watched not one scene other than the little sneak peeks they released on social media. I didn't watch the episode, but
Child.
but yeah, I enjoyed myself tonight.
Y'all have a wonderful night. Enjoy your holiday. Stay safe.
Yes,
Indulge, but not
yes,
too much, because y'all love to get y'all a little libation around holiday time. And we'll be
yes.
here with our content. Thank you so much. Like the live if you haven't already before you head out. Appreciate y'all.
Good night, y'all.
And we're out.